And welcome to my 14 and 15 week pregnancy updates. So today I actually turned 16 weeks pregnant, and it is an exciting week for us because Matthew and I get to go find out the gender of our baby. And on Sunday, this time next week, we will be doing a gender reveal for our family. And so I will be filming that and put that up for you guys to watch along with sometime in the next week. So I'm going to go over the symptoms that I have in weeks 14 and 15, and then I will read to you what my app says that I should expect as far as development and growth in week 16. So the biggest thing that I have noticed in the past 4 weeks is that I have been so scatterbrained. I did not have nearly as much pregnancy brain with Kyle. I don't know why it's so bad with this pregnancy, but I have been so forgetful with things at work, with things in my schedule that I have planned out. I will double book things, and Matthew will try to remind me, no, you've already got something scheduled for that day, and I'll think I didn't, and then I'll go and look that, yeah, I double booked myself. And just little things here and there. I just am so forgetful, and I don't know why. I don't know why that's been such a big deal with this pregnancy. Had not nearly, if any, this kind of pregnancy brain issues with Kyle. And I'm sure that each pregnancy, people get different degrees of it. So it's fine. It hasn't caused any major issues as of yet, and hopefully it won't get much worse than it's already been. So my body is definitely preparing for breastfeeding, which I do plan to try to do. Kyle was a great baby for breastfeeding. I, of course, had some difficulty. I had a lot of clogs in the 4th and 5th month that I was breastfeeding Kyle, and it was so bad that I considered stopping. I could not get the clogs to stop happening. I was having 2 clogs every week for 2 months, and it was so painful. It was so frustrating. I just remember telling Matthew, I'm going to stick it out for a couple more weeks and keep trying to figure out what I can do to stop this from happening, or else I'm just going to have to stop. Yeah, kitty. So eventually I found out that the quickest way for me to get rid of clogs was by taking hot showers and massaging the clog down and just pumping and nursing a ton. That was the biggest problem I'd say I had with breastfeeding. There were a few other things, nothing that really made me consider wanting to stop breastfeeding, but I was definitely ready to be done by the time he turned a year. As soon as he turned a year old, I started weaning him, and we were done breastfeeding 2 weeks after he turned a year old, which just happened to be right when I got pregnant again. So, no, honestly, I don't really look forward to breastfeeding again. It was not something that I actually enjoyed. I know that some women really love it, and I know that I'm really blessed to have been able to do it with Kyle, and I'm hoping to be able to do it again. But honestly, it's not something that I look forward to, and it's not something that I really truly enjoy doing. So I will again plan to breastfeed up to a year, and if I make it to a year with this baby, then I'll start weaning at a year old again. Thanks. So another thing that I've noticed, which doesn't happen too often, but is definitely noticeable for me because I never had this issue with Kyle, is headaches, which I know are completely normal during the early stages of pregnancy. I'm in the 2nd trimester now, but I'm in the very early part of the 2nd trimester. And these headaches have, gone away with either medicine or caffeine, which is good. And my blood pressure has been fine each time that I've gone to the doctor, which I've never heard of preeclampsia developing as early as before 20 weeks. So I'm not concerned about the headaches that I've had, especially since they're not very often. I've had maybe 4 headaches in the past 16 weeks that I've been pregnant. So not concerning at all, but I definitely didn't have any headaches with Kyle whatsoever. I had a couple after I had him. I think when, you know, my body was trying to mop up the toxins from the preeclampsia, but I didn't have headaches while I was pregnant with him when I was diagnosed with preeclampsia. So hopefully those go away. Hopefully they're not a hint at something to come that I really hope not to ever have again. So that, and definitely feeling uterus growth. So if Kyle or even like our cat, you know, is laying on me, thank you, or crawling on me, I definitely feel my uterus. And sometimes if I get up too quickly or I turn a certain way, it will be kind of uncomfortable. And I've had some stretching pain from just round ligament pain from the uterus growing. I can definitely kind of tell, and I could tell with Kyle too, when the baby's going through a growth spurt, because then my uterus starts hurting and being more sensitive to different things. And I have definitely felt the baby move. I've noticed that I feel the baby move the most in the night when I'm getting ready to fall asleep, when I'm just laying in my bed. Thank you. When I'm laying in my bed, being still and being quiet. And it's pretty fun. I think that it's pretty cool to feel the baby just rolling around in there. And it's a good sign. It's a good sign to know that the baby is moving and growing and developing hopefully the way that they should be. So I've also noticed he's trying to hand me as much as I can hold in my hands. I don't know if I can hold anything else. I've definitely noticed that my bladder gets fuller quicker and does not hold nearly as much as it can as it used to. So uterus is getting bigger, bladder is getting smaller. So that is pretty much it as far as weeks 14 and 15 and the updates there. For week 16, I am supposed to be expecting baby is about the size of an avocado this week, weighing about 3.5 ounces and hopefully being around 4.6 inches long. So the baby is starting to be able to hear my voice because the bones are forming in the inner ear. The baby is growing hair, so eyelashes and eyebrows. And the baby is forming taste buds. So it also suggests that I will be feeling the baby move a lot more now that they're getting a little bit bigger. Again, I've been feeling the baby move since I was 10 weeks. I felt Kyle move for the first time at 14 weeks, but one of the reasons that they say that you feel the baby move even earlier with your successive pregnancies is because you know what that feeling is like, and so you're able to recognize it a lot sooner. And I did. Whenever I was 10 weeks, I felt that very particular feeling that I know was not like gas or anything like that. It wasn't a very often thing for me up until around 12 weeks. Like all of week 12, almost every day I felt the baby move, and then there for a couple weeks I didn't feel the baby move as often, but now I'm starting to feel the baby move more often. So I'm sure that that will kind of go off and on until the baby's big enough that I'll feel them every single day. So yeah, that's pretty much it for 14, 15, and this coming week 16. Again, I cannot wait to find out the gender of this baby. We're so excited. So make sure that you are looking out for that video next week, and thank you so much for watching.